A remote region dominated by spiritual darkness is home to a tormented and possessed man who lives among the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones. This man is so dominated by evil that no one can stop him. However, Jesus, the Son of God, arrives, bringing light and hope. The demons that torment the man, recognizing the supreme power of Jesus, make a surprising and enigmatic request. Let us enter the pigs. What is the hidden reason behind this seemingly bizarre request? Prepare to uncover the mysteries of this passage and understand its profound spiritual truth. To fully understand the event we are about to explore, we must first place it in its biblical context. This event is narrated in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Let's focus on the version described in Mark 5 verses 1 to 20. Jesus and his disciples had just crossed the Sea of Galilee, which was not without incident. They faced a violent storm that Jesus calmed with a simple command, hinting at Jesus' power over nature and the elements. Upon reaching the region of the Gadarenes or Gerasenes, depending on the translation, they are immediately confronted by a man possessed by an impure spirit. This man lived among the tombs, isolated and uncontrollable. The description of his condition is distressing. He could not be contained even with chains, as he broke them into pieces, and no one had the strength to subdue him. He spent nights and days among the tombs and on the hills, crying out and cutting himself with stones. The arrival of Jesus marks a crucial point in this story. Seeing Jesus from a distance, the possessed man runs and falls at his feet. Note that even impure spirits recognize Jesus' authority. They cry loudly, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I implore you by God not to torment me." Jesus then asks the spirit, "What is your name?" He responds, "My name is Legion, for we are many." This detail is crucial because a Roman legion was composed of 6,000 soldiers, indicating the large number of demons possessing that man. Reading the demon's plea, "If you drive us out, let us go into the pigs," Matthew 8 verse 31, is surprising. First, they recognize that Jesus has the power to drive them out. Second, they ask for permission, indicating their submission to Jesus' authority. But why choose the pigs? To answer this, we need to understand the symbolism and cultural context of the time. The demons knew that when expelled, they needed a new host. Pigs, considered impure by Mosaic law, became an obvious choice. The impurity of pigs was emblematic in Jewish culture. In Leviticus 11 verses 7 to 8, it is clear that pigs, although having split hooves, do not chew the cud. Therefore, they are impure. Touching or eating pigs was forbidden. Thus, the demons, impure spirits, naturally identified with the pigs. The demons' request also reveals their desperation. They feared being sent to the abyss, a final prison for evil spirits mentioned in Revelation 20 verse 3. Asking to enter the pigs was an attempt to avoid this terrible destination, even temporarily. This action also demonstrates that, although powerful and numerous, the demons were completely at the mercy of Jesus' authority. To fully understand the choice of the pigs, we need to delve into Jewish culture and religion. Pigs were considered impure, as mentioned earlier in Deuteronomy 14 verses 7 to 8. The Mosaic law strictly prohibited the consumption of pigs. This prohibition was not just a matter of diet, but a symbol of the spiritual purity that God's people were to maintain. Pigs symbolized everything impure and abominable in God's eyes. Thus, by asking to enter the pigs, the demons chose to continue existing in a state of impurity consistent with their corrupt nature. This request was not arbitrary but deeply symbolic. It represented a deliberate choice for impurity and the continuation of their destructive torment. Additionally, pigs were associated with pagan practices and Gentile cultures that often went against Jewish faith precepts. The herd of pigs grazing near where Jesus met the possessed man indicates that this was a predominantly Gentile area where Jewish dietary laws were not observed. This adds a layer of meaning to the demon's request, as by entering the pigs, they were placing themselves in a culturally impure context, separate from God's chosen people. The Bible offers various descriptions of the nature of demons. They are impure spirits who rebelled against God and were expelled from heaven along with their leader, Satan. In Isaiah 14 verses 12 to 15 and Ezekiel 28 verses 12 to 17, we have symbolic descriptions of Lucifer's fall, the most beautiful of angels who, in his rebellion against God, became Satan the adversary. The demons, as followers of Satan, are dedicated to opposing God and his people. In Ephesians 6 verse 12, Paul warns us about the spiritual battle against the rulers, the authorities, the powers of this dark world. This event with the demons and the pigs exemplifies this spiritual battle. The demons recognize Jesus' authority and know they cannot resist him. Their plea to enter the pigs shows their acknowledgement of this authority and their desire to continue their destructive work. The nature of demons is relentless and evil. They constantly seek a host to torment and destroy. Jesus, on various occasions, casts out demons, demonstrating his power and authority over them. Each exorcism is a victory over evil and a restoration of divine order. The passage of the demons and the pigs is a powerful reminder of the reality of spiritual evil and the supremacy of Jesus. After Jesus allows the demons to enter the pigs, the herd rushes desperately into the sea and drowns. This event causes great commotion among the inhabitants of the region. Instead of being grateful for the liberation of the possessed man, they are terrified and ask Jesus to leave their territory. Mark 5 verse 17. This reaction is quite revealing of the mentality of the inhabitants. First, they were more concerned with the pig's material loss than with the spiritual and physical restoration of the possessed man. The herd of pigs represented a significant source of economic livelihood for the region's inhabitants. Their loss had an immediate and severe economic impact. This fact shows us how attachment to material possessions can blind people to the divine work and miracles occurring before their eyes. Second, the inhabitants' reaction demonstrates a deep fear of Jesus' power. They recognize he has supernatural power, but instead of seeking to understand and approach him, they prefer he leaves. This fear can be attributed to a lack of understanding and unbelief. Instead of seeing the expulsion of the demons as an act of liberation, they see the loss of the pigs as a calamity. The passage of the demons and the pigs is a clear and powerful demonstration of Jesus' authority over the forces of evil. In other gospel passages, we see Jesus casting out demons and healing the possessed. Still, this event is particularly significant due to the number of demons involved and the visual impact of the pigs running into the sea. Jesus shows that he has absolute power over the demons, who cannot resist his authority. This event also points to Jesus' greater mission of defeating evil and bringing salvation. The victory over the demons is a foretaste of the final victory over Satan and his forces on the cross and in the resurrection. This passage reinforces the believer's faith in Christ's authority and the certainty of final victory over evil. The event had a profound impact on the disciples who witnessed this miracle. They saw up close Jesus' power over evil spiritual forces and understood more clearly who he was. This event reinforced their faith and understanding of Jesus' mission. They learned that with Jesus, they had nothing to fear from the forces of evil. This was a crucial lesson for their future mission of spreading the gospel and facing spiritual opposition. Throughout history, different theologians and scholars have interpreted this event in various ways. Some interpretations focus on the literal aspect of the event, while others see deeper symbolism. The Catholic Church, for example, sees this event as proof of Jesus' divinity and his authority over all creatures, including evil spirits. Other interpretations view the event as a lesson on impurity and the need for spiritual purification. The demons going into the pigs symbolize the transfer of impurity and the need to rid oneself of everything impure to be in communion with God. Examining other biblical passages that deal with this theme is essential to deepen our understanding of Jesus' authority over evil. One of the most well-known is the story of the demon-possessed man in Capernaum, described in Mark 1 verses 21 to 28. In this account, Jesus is teaching in the synagogue of Capernaum when a man possessed by an impure spirit interrupts the meeting, shouting, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." Jesus rebukes the impure spirit, saying, "Be quiet, come out of him." The impure spirit shook the man violently and came out of him with a shriek. All the people were so amazed that they asked each other, "What is this? A new teaching and with authority. He even gives orders to impure spirits and they obey him." This episode underscores Jesus' authority over evil spirits and his ability to free those oppressed by evil. Another significant example is the healing of the demon-possessed boy found in Mark 9 verses 14 to 29. In this account, a desperate father brings his son to Jesus, explaining that the boy is possessed by a spirit that robs him of speech and often throws him into fire or water to kill him. Jesus' disciples were unable to drive out the spirit. Jesus, seeing the situation, declares, "You unbelieving generation, how long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy to me." The father, desperate for help, cries out, "If you can do anything, take pity on us and help us." Jesus responds, "If you can, everything is possible for one who believes." The father immediately exclaims, "I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief." Jesus commands the impure spirit to come out and never enter the boy again. The spirit shrieks, convulses the boy violently, and comes out, leaving the boy lying lifeless, appearing dead. But Jesus takes the boy by the hand and lifts him to his feet. Later, the disciples ask why they couldn't drive out the spirit, and Jesus replies, "This kind can come out only by prayer." This episode teaches about faith and the need for prayer in confronting evil. The passage of the demons and the pigs profoundly illustrates Jesus' authority over evil and his power to liberate those oppressed by demonic forces. It serves as a reminder of the spiritual battle we face and the need for faith and reliance on Jesus for victory. The event also reveals the deeper symbolism of impurity and the necessity of spiritual purification to be in communion with God. As we reflect on this passage and other biblical accounts of Jesus' confrontations with evil, we are encouraged to trust in his authority and power, knowing that he has already won the ultimate victory over sin and darkness.